Hey guys, Marisa at KitchenTableStamper.com. Are you following along with the 12 Days of Christmas series? I hope you are. This is day 8 in our 12 Days of Christmas. Let me show you. This is our big bag and ornament. So first of all, let's start with the big bag. The big bag holds lots of goodies. So I've been calling it like the stocking bag, the stuff your stockings bag. I have got inside this bag a Russell Stover caramel ornament, 2 mini candy canes, this bunch of stretchy polymer clay bracelets. I love these things, you guys. I guess everybody's doing it. Well, I guess everybody's been doing it for a while, and I'm just catching on now. But these bracelets are stretchy photopolymer beaded bracelets. Some have charms, some have words. I got these on Amazon. I got a package of 48. You can see I'm modeling them here. And I guess this is it. You stack them, you trade them, you gift them. So I took 9 and tied them up with some of the shaded spruce sheer stitched ribbon. There's 9 of those in there, and then this little snowman hand lotion. Do you love it? I love it. I've included some Amazon links for you if you want to shop. And then everything fits in the big bag. But the fun part about the big bag is after the big bag is done and it's, you know, ported its gifts, then the tag comes off and is a separate ornament. So we're going to do the ornament and the bag today. You're a one-of-a-kind, wonderful friend on the back of that. And then that can go on the Christmas tree year after year. All right, before we get started here, let me show you just a quick recap of our 12 Days of Christmas. 6 of them are going to be on the blog and live, and 6 of them are for email subscribers only. So to catch you up, go check it out. You can still get subscribed to our email list and get all of the tutorials. This was day 1, and we did this dove candy. Day 2, we did a really cute spa tote. I love this little guy. Handle, easel, fun pocket for treats. And that's day 2. Day 3 was for email subscribers exclusive. If you're not an email subscriber, don't worry. We're going to be an opportunity to get caught up and get all 12 days. No big deal. We did this adorable square treat box. Day 4, we did this super easy bag for Little Debbie Christmas tree brownie. Those are everywhere nowadays. Day 5 was for email subscribers only. We did this little book style treat box for Ghirardelli snowman. And then day 6 was this adorable trapezoid treat bag. We made this one into a little purse to hold tissues and a fun mini peppermint lip balm. So that is day number 6. Day number 7 was for email subscribers only, and it was a twice as nice lollipop holder. And that brings us to day 8, which is our beautiful treat bag and ornament combo. So this is where we're at in the 12 Days of Christmas, if you're following along. All right, let's get started with this. While I clear these away, if you are not an email subscriber, head over to KitchenTableStamper.com/email. Put your name and email address in there. Look out for the confirmation email that we send upon subscription. So as soon as you subscribe, you're going to get an automatic reply from us that tells you how to get the 12 Days of Christmas compiled document. That'll have all 12 days in one document for you so you can get all caught up, all right? So let's start with our bag here. And the first thing I want to show you is this is our template. My friend Joyce showed me this, and she learned it from Claire in the UK. This bag can be done in 3 sizes. So when you head on over to the Kitchen Table Stamper website for this bag template, We'll have photographs of our template for all 3 sizes. And if you check out our live video from Friday on the replay, we made the biggest and the smallest size. All right, so check out kitchentablestamper.com. The project link is in the description below, so you can get these awesome templates. Now, I did mine just a little bit different than what Joyce showed me, so let me show you what I got here. I like this size because you start with a sheet of cardstock, and I have got a sheet of shaded spruce. Get my Simply Scored tool and a bone folder. This box is super simple, and it's going to lay flat for storage, which is really nice. We're going to start by just scoring this 4 times. Let me show you what I do here. I'm going to pop this in on the 8.5 inch side, and I'm going to score at 2 inches. Rotate to the other 8.5 inch side, score at 2 inches. Then I'm going to rotate to the 11 inch side and score at 4.5 and 6.5. Now at this point, if you want to, you can mark 2 inches from these center scores. So what I would do if I was going to mark and score, I would right now just back up 2 inches. So from 4.5 to 3.5 to 2.5, and then I just make a little mark there, because then what you can do is score from this mark to this mark if you want a score line to follow. You do the same thing here. So from 6.5, you'd go to 7.5, 8.5. At 8.5, you'd make the mark, and then you'd score from the point to the mark. Okay, if you want to score. I found a way that I think is pretty simple and still looks nice and tidy. So let me show you the other way to do that. So if you don't want to score those diagonal scores, you don't have to. You can just fold the diagonal scores. So the first thing we want to do is work these 4 scores with the bone folder. Get these nice and crisp. Okay, once you've got those paper fibers loose and the score is nice and crisp, then the next thing that you're going to do is fold toward you on the first score line. So you've got it in the portrait orientation, and then you're going to fold toward you on the first score line. Then what I like to do is just hold this first from the right score line, and I will hold this right here, this point on my cardstock. Then what you're going to do is just kind of turn this toward you and lift. So I can do it just finger to finger there. And you're going to lift. And then as you lift, do you see this edge here? You're going to bring this edge against this fold. So at this point, I'll go ahead and I'll pick it up. Make sure that I'm getting it nice and square. See, this is what you're going for. You see? And then once you've got that nice and square, then you can just grab your bone folder and burnish that diagonal line. So no need to score that all out. Let me show you one more time on this side. So we're going to hold this point right here and this point right here. You see where our score line is? But we're going to grab it on the outside. So I like to just do this, see, fingertips, and then as I'm bringing this up, I'm bringing this, hold on, as I'm bringing it up, I'm bringing this crease right here to this flattened crease, so you can pick up, and then just bring these together nice and square. So once you got that together nice and square, you can put that down on the table and then just run your bone folder over. All right, so that's what you're going for to get those diagonal creases done. All right, so then now I'm going to turn this, do the same thing on this side. I'm just holding these 2 points where this score line meets underneath and where the score line meets, bring it up, make a nice tight fold right here. Gotta finesse it a little bit. Now's the time to do it. And then work that one with the bone folder. One more time, bringing it toward me here. And And then I'm going to rotate to the side, hold these 2 points, bring this up, this right here to this right here. Make it nice and square. Once you got it nice and square, grab your bone folder and do that diagonal in there. All right, that is our diagonal creasing, and we are ready to put this box together. Now here's the thing about this box. You're gonna fold in from both sides, and at this point, add some adhesive. I'm gonna do some liquid glue. You can do like a seal or tear and tape, any dry adhesive you have, but you're gonna put them in the 4 corners. Don't go past any of the score lines and you'll be a-okay. Now you can close this up and burnish these down. And there's your box. Pretty cool, huh? Now you can, if you want to, leave them flat until you're ready to use them. In that case, what I do is grab some Designer Series paper. I have 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 square from the Sentimental Christmas. And we're gonna add one design to the front. A little bit more decorative design here I'm going to use for the front. Liquid glue. And then one design to the back. A little bit more plain design, but definitely not naked. We're going to add to the back. Nice coordinated papers. I love this Sentimental Christmas. By the way, you guys, Last Chance List and sale has launched from Stampin' Up, so go check out a lot of products, holiday catalogs, some annual, some online exclusives, and carryover products are last chance, and some of those are going to be on sale. All right, so that's our Designer Series paper. Now, so I don't want to gusset the side of my box. I want a square box, so we're going to extend a little bit with 2 shaded spruce tags. This is from the Mary's Tree Size, and that is one of the products that I do believe is on Last Chance. I'm going to put my shaded spruce tags on with some tear and tape because I want this to be nice strong bond, and I also want this to be nice and close along the edge here. So I'm going to put some tear and tape here, and then I'm going to put some tear and tape on the bottom edge of my tag. Now let me grab my Take Your Pick tool and remove the liners. And then here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these so that they face with the front side out. You know how when you die cut, both sides look all right, but there's one side that's a little bit prettier than the other. You don't want to go past the folds. Center that right to left. And then you're going to make sure everything's nice and straight from the front. And when it looks good, we can burnish that down. Then what we're going to do is put the die cuts back to back. And then, now we know they're lined up properly. Remove the liner from the opposite side. And then we can just bring this up. Bring our box together. It's going to squish out for a second on the sides. Try not to crease it because we want a square box, but we want those to line up perfectly so when we thread them and when your box is standing, they are right back to back. All right, so now you could, if you wanted to, go ahead and store this flat or even folded. So if you do like craft fairs, or if you want to do a bunch of these ahead so you have them ready for the holidays, or if you want to do a bunch of birthday ones, you could store them flat at this point. But we're not going to. We're going to fill it. So see, it just pops up. And all 3 sizes work the same way. So be sure to check out the templates. And if you make these boxes, share in the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social. We have a challenge every week on Thursday. And this week, our challenge is to make one of these boxes. Use your Stampin' Up! Supplies, make one of these boxes. Any of the 3 sizes, any Stampin' Up! Supplies you have, current or retired, they're all fair game. Make one of these and then come and share in the Craft Social. We would love to see what you are doing with your Stampin' Up! Supplies and this awesome box idea in 3 sizes. All right, so we've got our ribbon. I'm doing that to get kind of a idea about how long I want my ribbon to be. And then the nice part about this is once you tie this up, nobody has to untie it to get to the goodies. You do have to untie the top loop to get the ornament, but nobody has to untie to get to the goodies. Let's see. I'm gonna make this. I don't know, I'd say you probably need about 14 inches or so, maybe 16. I want a big loopy bow. It's a present after all. All right, so this is our box. Don't tie your bow yet because we're gonna make our ornament next. We're gonna stuff the box with, this is like a 2-for-1 video. I'll show you the ornament too. There's our bracelets, our Russell Stover ornament, caramel ornament, delicious. Some hand lotion, very festive. And because the theme of our bag, and well, it's Christmas, we're gonna put a couple of mini candy canes in there too. All right, so bag's ready. Let's work on our ornaments. I am using the Round We Go dies for this. Yep, Round We Go dies. And let me show you what I cut. I cut 3 of the rosette piece. All right, that's this one right here from Designer Series paper. By the magic of television, I've already accordioned folded 2 and glued them together. So there's 3 of those. And then I cut 2 of this fun pinking circle. These are worth their weight in gold. There's a scallop one, a pinking one, there's a couple of asterisks. This die set is so much fun. You don't have to get bundled with the Round We Go stamp set, but if you buy them together, you save 10%. But if you consider the dies, even if you're not a big fan of the stamp set. All right, then also out of Shaded Spruce. Oh, I should show you the die because I did put it aside to show you. That's the pinking circle. Then I cut this starburst circle. So it's a little circle. It's got a starburst and makes that impression when you cut the circle. That's also Shaded Spruce. I cut 4 of the asterisk. So let me show you those. Got 1, 2 in Garden Green, 1 in Real Red, and 1 in Shaded Spruce. That's this little asterisk die. And of course, you don't have to use this with the rosette. You could just use these as a little fun accent behind a circle sentiment. You can layer them up in all different ways like we're going to do here, and you can use the rosette or not use the rosette. The dies are just very, very versatile. All right, so there's our asterisks, and then since I've got this one here for you, this is the circle. It's the little dotted one, the little pierced one from the Everyday Details dies. So I believe these are one of the products on Last Chance right now. You might be used to this little eyelet shape, but the smallest circle and the smallest rectangle have a fine dot. It's about 1 3/8 of an inch if you're looking to substitute something. Last die cut, I've got some glimmer paper, and I used the also on Last Chance. This is the one-of-a-kind dies, and you can bundle those up with the one-of-a-kind stamp set. That's where my greeting came with, so check out the one-of-a-kind bundle. It is not currently in stock, but Stampin' Up! Is getting more. When they get more, they're going to be on sale, on the Last Chance sale. It's crazy. Just crazy times. So let's show you what I did for my rosette ornament. I've already done this step with 2 of my 3 rosette pieces. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose which side of the paper is the front side, and then I'm going to work all of those scores back to front, inside out. Okay, so when you get all the way down, and what that does is it makes any stress on the paper happen on the back side. You'll notice I also picked one that has a light back side, so that if there's any cracking, any stretching, the paper fibers do anything wonky, it's not going to show on the front side of my ornament. All right, so then I'm going to fold back first. So this is the glue tab end. On the other end, I'm going to fold back and then forth, and then back and forth, accordion style. And because we already worked these the opposite way, most of the stress is off the paper, and it should fold nice and easy all the way down to the other end. And the other part here is you're going to have a nice even rosette on every single score line because you folded it all backwards first. So your rosette's going to be nice and tidy. And there is your next piece. Now, to put this together, you want 3 in a row. So you're going to take the front side of the glue tab, add some adhesive. Now be careful because one side of this is scalloped, one side of this is pinked. So depending on which side you have out, that's the design you're going to get in your final rosette, which gives you versatility. I love that feature of these dies. You're going to add the back side of the first piece, scallop side to scallop side, to that glue and burnish. And now we have a rosette that's 3 long. Pretty good, right? Next thing you're going to do is add some glue on the glue tab and then connect the ends. Same way, connect the ends. Now you've got some wet seams here. So you're going to let that dry for a minute. Let me show you. So this rosette, I have the scallop end out. And the one we do today, I'm going to put the pinking end out so you can see the difference. Okay. Well, this takes a minute to dry. Let's put that there. Get off the side for a minute. Let's adhere some of our asterisks. So we're going to do one that's garden green and shaded spruce, and you want the little petals to alternate, fill in and make a solid alternating asterisk. And then we're going to do the same thing with real red and garden green. Looking good. This is giving that a second to dry. So along those lines, we want to keep working on this in stages so that our adhesive can dry. You want to have a silicone mat for this step. Got my little pinking circle, and I'm going to take some liquid glue and really go to town. Now we want the pinking edge out, so we're going to put the pinking edge down. And what we're going to do is just gather together our little rosette. Gather it, gather it, gather it together. And as you're gathering it together, in the center, you're pushing down and out. It's okay, pushing down and out. See how it's starting to come together there? Holding in the center, pushing down and out, little by little, and then you're going to bring all into the center nice and tight. Hold that for a second and allow it to grab. You want it to grab, but not firm up yet, okay? And then while you're just giving it a second to grab, you still want to be able to slide a little bit at this point. So don't hold for too long, and don't worry, you're not going to have to hold for too long. All right, so you've got that guy. Now, I'm going to bring in this other one, and everything's kind of firming up. But what we want to do here, hold on to it, and I'm going to set a block on top for just a second. Add some glue on your second starburst. You can fling it everywhere like I just did. And now this is starting to grip. It's starting to set up. That's a good thing. And now we're going to add this one on the top centered we're moving somewhat quickly here because we want it to grab, but we want to still have a minute to adjust because we can't see what's going on the back side. All right, so let's go ahead and carefully we're going to flip, and then we're going to scrunch everything back together again, and we're going to evaluate. Here we're not quite centered, so we're going to slide a little bit because we still have some time to do that. And then pull everything into the center again. When you like what you got, burnish. Okay, now we're going to grab 2 blocks. I love the Stampin' blocks. They're not just good for holding on to stamps. Flip over again, make any adjustment in case your front side slipped. And then you're going to put 2 blocks, set that aside for a minute, grab your asterisks and turn them over. Got some dimensionals on the back. For our front side, we can finish the front side with a little bit of liquid glue and add the adorable little circle. You can put a gem there and be finished, especially for some fun birthday ones and birthday colors. And then our snowflake. Slide this aside. I'm going to need a Stampin' Pierce mat because one of a kind is photopolymer. I've got here a one of a kind wonderful friend and some shaded spruce ink. Let's go ahead, ink that up, and add it to the center of our circle. Now while the ink dries for a second, let's go back to our rosette. I do love this part about multi-purpose liquid glue. It does firm up pretty quickly, so we should be able to work with it now and not worry about holding down with the blocks. So I'm going to still keep on top of my mat just for a minute. Let's go ahead and remove the liner on our asterisk here for the front, and then we can do the back. And this part doesn't matter because it's symmetrical, but the next step is going to matter. So you're going to find the top of your rosette, grab a 1/8 inch circle punch, and centered at the top between 2 folds, you're going to punch a little hole, and that is going to indicate on the back of your rosette where the top is. So flip that over. Now you can see where the top is. Grab your one of a kind sentiment, and now you can put that on level on the back side. We're almost done, you guys, with the ornament. We're just going to add some gold cord here. You can use the, if you don't have some and you need some, Stampin' Up! Just put some out with the Valentine release. I think it's called gold, braided gold thread, I think is what it's called. You can get about, I don't know, 8 to 10 inches. You want enough room so that this is easy to hang on a tree later on. And just loop through, and we're going to tie a thread knot at the end. That should give us plenty of room to add it to our box and to tie or to hang on a tree. All right, so we're going to trim the ends so that they're even. So cute. And now take a look. So this is the pinking edge rosette, and then here it's the scalloped edge rosette, and you can do both of those finishes with the one die depending on which end you push in. All right, so let's go back to our sweet little treat boxes over here. And what I'm gonna do with this box is I'm gonna take the ends of the ornament. We have tied the ribbon this far, right? Pretty good. but not quite there yet. I'm going to add the cord in the loop on my flosser. I'm going to put the flosser underneath because I've tied this to close it, but I'm going to slide it along the tag. See, so it's out the other end here now. There we go. You can see it pretty good. And then we'll just pull this right through there. And then we can tie up nice and tight. And the ornament is secure under the bow. And now you've got a beautiful gift bag filled with goodies and a gorgeous ornament for a one-of-a-kind wonderful friend, right? All right, let's trim up the tails on the ribbon. And there it is. All right, you guys, I hope that you really enjoyed the project today, that you'll give these ornaments a try, maybe the treat bag too. If you try the treat bag in any of the 3 sizes, you'll want to join us in our Facebook group, the Kitchen Table Stamper Craft Social. Link is in the description below. You'll also be able to grab day 9 of the 12 Days of Christmas from the blog. The project sheet and all 3 templates will be available for you to download or download and print. Look for project details, click here, and that'll take you to the blog. The project sheet download is a button right under the embedded video. If you've got any questions about the project or the 12 Days of Christmas, you can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. And to shop Stampin' Up! 24/7, check out that last chance list. Head over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.